She clings to the cottonwood root, like salvation itself. Dawn breaks gray over the swollen river, and the woman's fingers are white as bone where they grip the twisted wood. Her dress, what remains of it, wraps heavy around her legs, pulling downward. The current took everything else. The wagon, her father, her mother, the twins who couldn't swim. She doesn't scream anymore. Her throat holds only silence and river water. The cottonwood bends but doesn't break. Neither does she, though perhaps she should. Miles upstream, a lone rider sees the debris first. Broken wheel, child's boot. He follows the shoreline without hurry, reading the story the water tells. His horse picks careful through the mud, and the man's eyes, pale as winter sky, miss nothing. When he spots her, he doesn't call out. He dismounts instead, ground ties the mare, removes his coat. She watches him come. No strength left to fear him. He wades in boot deep, then waist deep, then chest deep, where the current wants to take him to. His hand finds her wrist. His voice comes low and steady. Let go now. She can't. I got you. Let go. Her fingers uncurl. The river releases her to him. He carries her like she weighs nothing, though she's solid built and tall. On the mud bank, she collapses, coughing brown water onto brown earth. He covers her with his coat, turns his back while she retches and shivers. The morning sun finds no warmth yet. Anyone else? He asks the horizon. She shakes her head. He nods once. Stands there while she breathes. His horse waits patient, and the river keeps moving. And somewhere downstream, the dead are catching on sandbars and rocks. Can you ride? Don't know. We'll go slow. He lifts her onto the mare without asking permission. Swings up behind. She feels the solid weight of him, the warmth. Smells leather and wood smoke and honest sweat. His arms bracket her loose, not holding but present. The horse turns away from the river. Town's 12 miles, he says. Got a cabin at 6. She doesn't answer. Doesn't matter where he takes her. Everything that mattered went under. They ride in silence. The sun climbs. Her shivering won't stop. Halfway to anywhere, he feels her list sideways, catches her against his chest. She doesn't fight it, stays there, breathing, while the horse walks on and the morning birds start singing and the river keeps taking what it wants behind them. His name is Caleb Worth, though she won't learn this for 3 more days. Hers is Anna Brennan, though she won't speak it for 5. The cabin sits in a clearing where pines give way to meadow grass. 1 room. Stone fireplace. Table built solid. Bed in the corner, with blankets folded military tight. Everything spare and clean and deliberately arranged. A place for each thing in its place. The kind of order a man builds when chaos lives too close beneath his skin. He settles her in the chair nearest the fire, adds wood without speaking. The flames catch and grow. She watches them like she's forgotten what warmth means. Got women's clothes, he says. Trunk under the bed. She looks at him then. First real look. He's maybe 40, maybe older. Weathered face, like fence posts left too long in sun and wind. Scar runs from his left ear to his jawbone. His hands are large and careful. Belonged to my sister, he adds. She won't need them. The past tense sits heavy between them. He leaves her alone to change. She hears him outside, working the pump, filling buckets. The trunk holds simple dresses, cotton and wool, everything clean and smelling of cedar. She chooses the plainest one, gray. It fits well enough. When he returns, she's standing by the window, watching evening come on. He sets a basin on the table, soap beside it, doesn't look at her directly. I'll be in the barn, he says. You need anything, ring the bell by the door. Why? Her voice comes rough as gravel. He pauses. Why what? Why pull me out? He studies the floorboards. Seemed like you wanted pulling. You don't know me. Don't need to. He leaves before she can question further. Through the window, she watches him cross to the barn, shoulders squared against some invisible weight. The door closes behind him. Light shows through the cracks as he lights a lantern inside. She washes in the basin. The water turns brown, then gray, then almost clear. Her reflection in the window glass shows a stranger, hollow-eyed, sharp-boned, 26 years old and already ancient. The fire crackles. Outside, darkness settles complete. He doesn't return until full night, and when he does, he brings venison wrapped in cloth, potatoes from a root cellar she hasn't seen. He cooks without conversation, moving around the small space like he's learned to take up less room than he owns. She watches his hands cut and season and tend the pot. They eat at the table. The food tastes like something worth living for, though she doesn't tell him this. Caleb Worth, he says finally, case you're wondering. Anna Brennan. He nods, scrapes his plate clean. Town's buried folks from the flood already. Reverend said words yesterday. She sets down her fork. Can't swallow any more. Didn't know their names, he continues, gentle as possible. Just counted the dead and covered them over. The twins were 8, she whispers. Thomas and James. Mother was Elizabeth. Father was Dutch. Everyone called him that. I'll tell the Reverend. He'll add it to the record. Does it matter? Matters, Caleb says. Names always matter. Spring becomes summer through daily rituals neither names as partnership. He rises before dawn, tends the animals, returns to find coffee already made. She washes dishes while he splits wood. They work the garden plot together. His hands breaking earth, hers pressing seeds into darkness. The rows run straight and purposeful. Beans, squash, tomatoes for a future neither discusses. Town visits happen weekly. He needs supplies. She stays hidden in the wagon bed under canvas. Folks talk, he explains the first time, about woman alone with a man. You know how it goes. She knows. The world makes boxes for women, and she doesn't fit any of them anymore. Daughter, drowned with her family. Sister burned in a house fire years before. Not wife, not widow, not anything the town understands. The 4th week, he comes back quiet, sets the flour and salt on the table harder than necessary. What happened? She asks. Nothing. Caleb. He removes his hat, runs fingers through hair going gray at the temples. Pastor's wife saw you last week. Asked questions. I said you were my sister's friend passing through. And she didn't believe it. Said things. About propriety, about Christian decency and scandal. Anna feels the old familiar shame rising, though she's done nothing shameful. Just survived when she shouldn't have. Just accepted shelter when she had nowhere else. I can leave, she says. No, I'm causing you trouble. You're causing them trouble. That's different. He meets her eyes finally. Their discomfort ain't your problem. But the next Sunday, he asks if she wants to attend service. Make it proper. Show her face. She goes because he asked. Though it costs her, the church sits white and righteous on Main Street. Inside, the pews hold judgment dressed in Sunday clothes. Anna feels their stares like brands. The pastor's wife, Mrs. Fletcher, smiles thin and cold. Beside her, a younger woman whispers behind her hand. Caleb guides Anna to the back row. Sits close enough their shoulders almost touch. The sermon discusses Ruth and Naomi, loyalty and providence. Anna hears the words, but can't find meaning in them. Her family drowned because the river wanted them. Where was providence in that? After, on the church steps, Mrs. Fletcher corners them with sharp kindness. Miss Brennan, such a tragedy. And? How fortunate Mr. Worth found you. Yes, ma'am. You're staying on at his property for now. The sound carries volumes. Perhaps we could arrange something more suitable. Mrs. Hendricks takes boarders. Young women, properly chaperoned. Anna feels Caleb stiffen beside her. That's generous, he says carefully. We'll consider it, but he doesn't defend her. Doesn't say she's welcome to stay as long as she needs. Doesn't challenge the implication that their arrangement is somehow indecent. On the ride home, silence stretches between them like a chasm. "You want me to go to Mrs. Hendricks?" Anna says finally. "I want you safe. I am safe. From talk, I mean. From people thinking, I don't care what people think." "Well, I do." The words come sharp. He pulls the horse to a stop, turns to face her. "You don't deserve their gossip. They're small minds making something dirty out of simple human decency. So you'd send me away to protect my reputation? To protect you. From what? Another drowning? Or from being associated with you?" He flinches like she's struck him. The scar on his jaw goes white. "Forget it," he says. "Stay or go. It's your choice." But he won't look at her the rest of the way home. That night, she packs the gray dress back into the trunk. Morning finds her at the table, hands folded, waiting. Caleb comes in from feeding the chickens, sees her positioned there, and stops. "I'll take you to town after breakfast," he says quietly. "I'm not going." He sets down the egg basket. "Anna, you pulled me from that river. You fed me, gave me your sister's clothes, and asked nothing. Not once." She stands, facing him square. "But yesterday, you chose their approval over simple truth. That I'm here because I got nowhere else. That you're a decent man offering shelter, nothing more complicated than that. It ain't that simple." "It is exactly that simple." Caleb removes his hat, turns it in his hands. The morning light shows every line in his face, every year he's carried. "My sister died 5 years back," he says finally. "House fire. I was supposed to be there, but I was in town drinking at the saloon. Heard the church bells ringing the alarm and knew. Just knew. By the time I got home, it was just ashes and her body." Anna stays quiet. Lets him speak. "Folks said it was an accident. Lantern tipped over. But I know different. I know I chose whiskey over going home. Chose my own cowardice over family." His voice cracks slightly. "So when those church ladies look at me like I'm some kind of predator taking advantage of a vulnerable woman, part of me thinks maybe they see true. Maybe I don't deserve trust." "That's horseshit," Anna says. He blinks. "You think you don't deserve redemption, so you won't claim it. Won't stand up and say, I'm doing right by this woman because it's the right thing to do. You'd rather send me away than face their judgment, because deep down you agree with them. That ain't fair. Neither is drowning. Neither is burning. Neither is any of it." She crosses to him, close enough to see the pain in his pale eyes. "I lost everyone. You lost everyone. And somehow we're still here planting gardens and splitting wood and pretending tomorrow might come. That's not cowardice, Caleb. That's the bravest damn thing there is." His jaw works. He wants to argue. Can't find the words. "I'm staying," she says, "not because I have nowhere else. Because I choose here. Choose this. If that ruins your reputation, you'll survive it. You survived worse." She walks outside, leaving him standing there. The garden needs weeding. She kneels in the dirt, pulling wild grass from between the bean plants. The morning sun warms her back. Behind her, the cabin door opens. Caleb crosses the yard, drops to his knees beside her. Together they work the rows in silence. His hands and hers, dark with earth. The beans are growing strong. In another month there'll be harvesting. "I'll tell Mrs. Fletcher you're staying," he says eventually. "Good. Let her think what she wants. Let her." They finish the weeding. Stand together, looking at what they've tended. The cabin behind them. The clearing around them. The mountains beyond. Simple and solid and enough. "My sister used to say a thing," Caleb offers. "Said you can't find home. You can only build it." Anna considers this. The truth of it settling like something planted taking root. "Then we'd better keep building," she says. He nods, almost smiles. That evening they eat at the table as always, but something shifted. A door unlocked from the inside. When she reaches for the water pitcher, her hand brushes his. Neither pulls away. Outside, summer deepens. The river keeps flowing somewhere distant. indifferent, taking and taking. But here in the clearing, two people who lost everything are learning to hold on, to tend growing things, to trust that shelter isn't just walls and roof, but also the choice to stay when leaving remains possible. The beans will be ready soon. They'll harvest together, put up preserves for winter that's still months away, planning for a future they're building row by row, day by day, silence by careful silence, into something worth calling home.